Yeah, that could happen. I get that. Okay. Right. Mm. I did everything young. I woke up my last exam in UE at still at 20. And then 21 like 3 months later. Mhm. Wow. Mm. Tristan, boy, you're there already? Way. Tristan, I'm making joke today. 1A, 2B, 3A, 4A, 5D. Alright, alright, alright. Let me start. Yeah, boy. One of the boys from the PA crash course. I know how we see 4 and 5, but alright. Or 1 is C. Alright, yeah, 1 is C, that's correct. Uh-huh. Mhm. Just brace for real pressure because it's up from all over. And you see group projects. Pray. Yeah, and then it's like to do maths courses, but it's add maths plus in 3 months. Yeah. Well, people just run away from Form 5, from maths after Form 5. They go, hey, I'm going to do business. And they sit down in a maths class, calculus, differentiation, integration, all kind of thing. And guess where this come? Right back here. And that's Dwaru. Mm-hmm. Mm. My advice to anybody is wherever you're doing, gonna have pressure. Just decide what kind of pressure you're willing to do. Not joke. Right, cool. If you know what you don't want to do, that's help. So, yeah. Mm. Mm-hmm. All right. Well, there we go. All right. So, folks, let me take a little start there. Right. So, I see nobody on the TikTok, Instagram. No, no, not on Instagram. Sorry. And the YouTube. Okay, cool. So, folks, let me jump in and then jump out. And we hope this paper don't annoy all the previous ones. Yeah, no problem. That's fine. All right, cool. Yeah. Let me go. Okay, so when you square a number, what are you actually doing? By itself, right? So minus 3 by minus 3 will give us a positive 9, and minus 2 by itself will give us positive 4. And 9 and 4 is 13. So that's option C. Very good. You speak in Spanish? Spanish not done? All right, cool. Right, let me go again. Kimberly and Naomi. How you all doing? Right. What percentage of 40 is it? How would I work this? Right. Correct. Right. So I'll put the 8 over 40 and multiply by 100. That is correct. Cool. So 8 will go into 40 how many times? 5 times. And then 5 will cancel with 100 20 times. And yes, we have 20%. Okay, following on from that. Okay, so this one, we've seen this one before. We didn't see it a couple times. All right. So 235 plus 48.7 is equal to that. Right, now to get from 23, sorry, from 235 to 23.5, we have to divide by 10. And to get from 48.7 to 0.487, we have to divide by 100. Because the point shifted back 2 spaces, right? And shifted back 1 space here. So in all, how many places did the points shift in total between two? Three spaces, right? So in your answer, it'll also shift back 3 spaces. So your answer here would be A. Right. Okay. As the first three. Oops. Let's scroll down. Right, number 4. Using the distributive property. Right, so I think Samara had done this question in previous week with me. Right, so what we did, we said, okay, we will do the common factor. So when you pull it out, so you could even put brackets around this to make it a little easier to see. Who that? Hey, look at me. Hey, evening, Haley, how you doing? Good to have you on.
Hi.
We kind of just started, so you didn't really miss much. We on no one question 4. Right, so yeah, no worries. Okay, where were we? Right, so yeah, so Samara, if you pull out the 14 as a common factor, in the bracket you can put 17 plus 3. 17 plus 3, as we know, is 20. And this is the same as 49 multiplied by 20. So the option here, which is correct, is option E. Okay, cool. Right, so let's behave yourself, no man. Oh, number 5 down here. All right, number 5. A test was marked out of 80. A boy scored 60% of the marks on the test. How many marks did he score? All we have to do is find 60% of 80. Correct. Knock off 2 zeros, knock off 2 zeros. 6 by 8 is 48. Very good. Okay. That's 1 to 5. Hey, look, Dan, come back, boy. We know the answer is 8, right? Okay. So check what we're going to do. So we worked it one particular way last time. I want to work it a different way this time, just to kind of give you all a different perspective, right? So check this, right? Kids. Yeah, kids or kiddies. Not sure how to pronounce your name. Sorry. Yes, that'll be done. Hey, look, Jassy boy. We're going on Jassy. So check this. Every day for 5 days, Dan sold tickets. In total, he sold 40 tickets. But they're telling you here, each day he sold 3 tickets more than the previous day. The number of tickets he sold on the 3rd day. So check this, right? Am I late? Nope. We're now on question 6. So yeah, you're late. So let's say it was Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday, right? So let's use algebra. Right? So let's use the first number of tickets on day 1 as X, right? So on day 2, he sold 3 more. So that'll be X plus how much? X plus 3. On Wednesday, he sold 3 more. So X plus 3 is X plus 6. On day 4, he sold 3 more. That'd be X plus 9. And on Friday, he sold 3 more, which is X plus 12. So check it. If you were to total that now, so you have 5 X's. X plus X plus X plus X plus X, right? So that's 5X. And now 3 plus 6 is 9. 9 and 9 is 18. 18 and 12 is 30, right? Now, we know this is equal to 40 because they told us so. So let's bring this up here now and see if we can work it. So quick question. So instead of doing the usual transposition, let's see if we could do it intuitively. Some number plus 30 is 40. What's the only number you could add to 30 and get 40? 10. So 5x is necessarily equal to 10. This means 5 multiplied by some number is 10. What's the only number you can multiply by 5 and get 10? 2. So x is equal to what? Oh crap. That's correct. Very good. Right. So if x is 2, don't forget that's not the answer, and also it's not an option, right? What do they want? They want how many tickets is sold on the 3rd day, which we will put as Wednesday, right? So what was the number of tickets? What was the expression there? X plus 6. And if x is 2, 2 plus 6 will give us 8. Right. Now, while I like this question, I don't really like it for a multiple choice exam. All right? Yes, G and Jassy, very good. You're related? I don't know. One with 2 S's, one with no S's. All right. Oh, God, my back. Before we go on, I have a story to go from about 2 days ago. Today's what, Wednesday? No, so 3 days ago. 2 days. So Sunday, my stepson came home from the weekend from his pops, right? So me and my wife and my son inside, and we hear him start talking about Sunday. What is that? Oh, it's a frog. My wife is deathly afraid of frogs, right? Now, it's not just any frog. This frog is climbing up the wall outside, right behind where my wife is. Like it knew where she was. And he's climbing up the wall. I take a yard broom, I push him off. Now, when you approach frogs, do they come towards you or do they run away? This frog jumped towards me after with a broom in my hand. So I just swim again. You know what he do? He came back towards me a second time. So I swat him, right? Then like in cricket, there's like a cover drive where you go right. Poof, right, he went right there. I figured he'll go the next way. You know what it do? He come back towards me again and say, frog. No, I wasn't gonna do that. Anyhow, I sweep him outside on the pavement. But then I say, you can just come back. So I sweep him onto the road. But like he knew it was the road because he crossed one time. He always said, on the road. It was the weirdest thing. I never had a frog approach me. Especially if I shoot it first. What's going on? Anyhow, sorry.
If we end up by us,
Uh-huh.
if we end up seeing one from the it's like a big, almost like toad. Actually, I told you about it.
Right.
I live in the bush. Everybody like snakes.
Yeah.
One of these snakes shellings by my house was like bigger than me.
I don't get those things.
There's a different type of bush by you. Anyhow. So somebody's asking, is there a shorter way to work this item? Right. So well, I don't want to say yes, but I don't want to say no. There's clearly a shorter way to do it, right? The way we did it last time, check this, right? We'll pull back up 2020. The way we did this question last time was we kind of went by guess, right? We said, look, we just picked number 8. So how I did it on this day was I say, all right, look, would you erase at the angle with this thing? Right. So what I said basically is, again, I did Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. And I picked 8. So I said the third day is 8. Okay, let's say it was that. And I went backwards. So backwards mean minus in 3. So I had 5 this day. Backwards again mean minus in 3 again. Then 2. 8, then going forwards, 8 plus 3 is 11. 11 plus 3 is 4. And then I just added it together, right? J. So 2 and 5 is 7. Plus 8 is 15. Plus 11 is 26. Plus 4 is equal to 40. So we kind of went by guess there. We just tried one and kind of set up the little structure there, and that's how we got it last time. But I wanted to work it a different way this time. But other than that, I had nothing coming to me. Agreed. Yeah, okay, cool. Right, sorry. So let's go back to 2021 and proceed. So I hope that helps. Right, okay, which of the following sets is defined by, so X is an element of Z. Z is integers, which is whole numbers, right? Positive and negative, right? It's defined by that. So check it. So if you take a number line, right? So minus 2 all the way to 4. Minus 1, 0, 1, 2, 3. So X is greater than equal to minus 2 and less than equal to 4. So when you have the equal to pieces, it means it includes those numbers. If it didn't include those pieces, so for example, if it didn't have the equal sign there or there, right, you would choose C as the answer because you couldn't include minus 2 and you couldn't include 4, right? But because those equal things are present, you will include them. This one now. So option D, very good. 7 is D, all right? Number 8, right? So number 8 we met yesterday, and I think one other time before that as well. I forget what color I'm using, yeah. So whatever. No, hold on. Orange right next to it. All right. So no, I can't use orange. Let me use purple. Right. All right. So A, B, C. Right. Those are the elements. How many subsets can be obtained from set Q? Okay. A subset is a set within a set, a smaller set, right? So each element in the set could be its own subset, and you can even put brackets and things like that. Squiggly brackets, curly braces, right? And then you could also, yeah, that's correct. You could also pair them up. You could have AB, you could have AC, and you could have BC. And every set is a subset of itself, like how every number is a factor of itself. And the empty set is also a subset of each set. Just like how 1 is a factor of all numbers. Now, if you count those, you have 8, right? Which corresponds to this. But the general rule of thumb is that the number of subsets for any given set is always 2 to the power n, where n is the number of elements in the set. So if you have 3 elements in the set, the number of distinct subsets is 2 to the power n. So if you have 3, it's 2 to the power 3, which is 8. And we could count that 8 individually from the list, well, the subsets off to the right. All right, so just remember the item in green. The number of subsets from any given set is always 2 to the power n, where n is the number of elements in the subset. Sorry. Okay. The set of positive integers is an example of an infinite set, to be honest. Because I don't think you could ever finish counting positive integers. An infinite set. Right. Now we have a next one down here. Right. If the number of elements in the universal set is 25, and the number of elements in A is 14, number in B is 15, and A intersect B is 6. Sorry. All right. Sorry, hold on. Right, okay, cool. A little bit more. Right, cool, good there. All right. Shazina, how you doing? All right. So I have set A here and I have set B here. Now, the number in the intersection, that is the key right there. It's 6. So the whole of set A has how many? 14. If 6 of them are already here, the remainder across here will be 14 minus 6, which is 8. If the whole of B has 15, and you already have 6 in the intersection, then here would be 15 minus 6, which is equal to 9. And then A union B is when you put all the elements of A and B together. 8 and 6 is 14, 14 and 3 is 23. Right, but then you see there's an intersection. So that means there are certain elements that are common to both sets. So there's some of the 14 and also some of the 15 are the same. So when you add the 14 and 15, if you don't subtract the intersection, it'll be double counting those common elements. Right, so the other way to do it is to take the number in A plus the number in B and minus the number in the intersection. 14 and 15 is 29. 29 minus 6 is 23. Right, so is the January paper one different from May or similar? Very similar. We did the January ones, what you call it? From Saturday, Sunday, and Monday, we did 2020 to 2024. And yeah, quite a few of the questions are the same. Most of them, to be honest. Number 8. Number 8 is D, 2 to the power 3. All right. Right, okay. All right. Najee, I think it's Najee. Is that how you say it? Yeah, it's already there. Live streaming currently, so it's already going to be there. Yeah, okay. So let me zoom out to 100. Am I printing something? Oh, it might be Kayla. Okay. All right. In class, people, are we okay with 1 to 10? Any questions? Anybody? Anything? No? Okay, cool. So Haley, Christina, Mikey, and Olivier, if you guys are good with that, just kind of give me a G in the chat. If you need me to rework or react to anything, give me an R. All right, cool, lovely, thank you. Okay, cool. All right, Ollie, you let me know when you're ready, right, Ollie? All right, cool. Okay, number 11 and 12. Okay, so only 2 questions on this page. Item 11 refers to the following Venn diagram. Right, this is on the previous paper, right? So the shaded region is everything outside of P. What do we call everything outside of P? P complement. Wait, where did I type it? Oh, ooh, I get confused. I hear any paper and I hear any plastic. Like, right. Right, so sorry. So P complement, right? There we go. That's option A. Right, the complement is everything outside of the set. Right, I would love to have done like all of them and show what they all look like, but we don't have time for that, unfortunately, right? Okay, the 30 students in all of dog and cats come back, boy. The 30 students in teacher May's class have either a dog or a cat or neither. Okay, 16 students have a dog, 12 have a cat. And the remainder have neither a cat nor a dog. Which of the following diagrams represents? Now, we do have a piece of information we normally had, right? Because normally they'll tell us what? That, well, you either have a dog or a cat or none. Okay, so this one is D. Yeah. You either have a dog, and there's 16 there, or a cat. There are 12 there, right? Which corresponds to what they gave us on top there, right? Interestingly enough, if you notice, right? They use the word here, but they use the number here. So please read carefully, All right. So yeah, so 16 and 12 is how much? 28. And if there are 30 students in the class, the difference between 30 and 28 is 2. And those are people who have neither a dog nor a cat. Okay, that's 12. Sorry, right. Shazina. Yeah, okay, we good? All right, in class people, we okay with those 2 items there? If you need me to rework, let me know, right? So my Google Meet, if you guys need me to rework, let me know, right? What vibes are seeing you on the internet on YouTube there. Right, if you're good, it's cool. Right, Master, thanks very much. Hey, look, number 13, come back, boy. 13 was a question from some January exam you saw. At a bank, EC 260 is equivalent to US $1. For every $1 exchange, we lose 10 cents EC as a what? An exchange fee. Okay. How many EC dollars will Leon receive if he exchanges 100 US? Right. So what we did initially was we could, well, I guess what we now call the long way, right? We said, okay, look, 100 US multiplied by the 260 will give us 260, but they're deducting 10 cents for every dollar. And as 100, so 100 by 10, by 0.1, sorry, gave us 10. So we lost 10 EC dollars. So let me put it right. So we did 100 multiplied by 2.6, giving us 260. And then we said, okay, look, we took 100 again and multiplied by the 0.1, right, which gave us $10. And when we subtracted that, because that's what we were losing, right, we got 250. And then one of the people online who joined showed us that, hey, they said, hey, look, if you're losing 10 cents for every dollar, right, basically you could take that 10 cents away from the 260. So if you do 260 minus the 10 cents, it means you're only really getting $2.50 for every US dollar. And if you multiply that by 100, you get the same $250. I was like, oh, that is actually pretty good way to think about it. Right, so minus, right, yeah, exactly, Jassy, yeah, that's what we did after. But they're showing it different ways. Okay, oh, sorry, so I have to shade that particular one. That is option C. Right, okay, cool. Select a Craig, but we're going on. Okay, isn't Craig Rahim? Okay, let me know. Right, Brianna, very good. Shazina, very good. Okay, if 7,000 is borrowed at a rate of 5% per annum for 3 years, the simple interest is. So simple interest is equal to what by what by what? Right, so principal. Oh, sorry, 1 second. Right. Do you mind giving me? Right, there you go. So principal by rate by time. Right. So you could just knock off the zeros there. 70 by 50, sorry, by 5 will give us 350. And 350 by 3 is 1050. Right, now remember in the exam you guys do have a calculator. So if you need me to show you how to work these things out a long way, let me know. I'm just assuming because you've done it so many times, you kind of know.
Chris,
Yo.
what is the formula? Principal times rate times time?
I'll write it out for you, right? So simple interest is principal by rate by time. Now the rate is the one over the 100, but because you're multiplying, they just put everything over the 100 one time.
Everything has to be over the 100. And the principal is however much is borrowed.
Correct.
Okay.
How much you borrow, how much you invest. That's correct, yes. All right, cool. Hey, look, the one that I think Caitlin in the corner did for me last time. This one from the previous paper, for 15. All right, so a dress which costs $180 is being sold at a discount of 10%. Quick on the draw there, boy. Right, so it says the amount of the discount. So, okay, how do we calculate the discount amount? We find 10% of how much? 180. So you knock off a zero, and guess what we have? $18. There you go. Cool. Right. 16 now. Okay, so 16, an article bought for 125 was sold for 175. The profit as a percentage of the cost price is, okay, cool. Brianna, Shazina, Jay, and Jassy. Good job. Right, so the first thing you do is you would find the profit, right? Which means taking the selling price and minusing the cost price, which will give us 50. And then from there, you would take your profit and put it over the cost price and multiply by 100. Right, now, however you want to cancel that down, whether you say, okay, well, 25 into 50 goes 2 times, 25 into 10 goes 5 times, and then 2/5 of 10 will, of course, of 100 give us 40%. So that was option B. Right, so 16. Right, I've seen some B's coming. Good job. Okay, going again. All right, I think we saw both of these at some point. So the value of a plot of land is $18,000. Land tax is charged. Property tax, boy. All right, at a rate of 70 cents per $100 value. Now, let's read that piece again very carefully. 70 cents per $100, right? What is the total amount of tax paid for the land? Now, before you jump into the calculation, which we will do, I want you to look at the options. The first option is $100.70. That sound like it makes sense at all? 110 also doesn't seem likely. And 180 seems like you're finding 10%, 1% of that, and then multiplying it by, and then adding 70 cents. So the two of the 70 cents seem kind of suspect. Okay, let's take a look at how we actually do this question, right? So first things first, it's 70 cents per 100, not 70 cents on every dollar, right? So we have a value of $18,000. So we want to find out, okay, well, how many groups of 100? How many hundreds are in 18,000? So you take your 18,000 and you divide by 100. That's going to give you 180. So that's how many groups of 180, sorry, how many groups of 100 are in 180, right? Right, correct. I've seen it there, right? And then you multiply that by the 0.7, right? So if you shift around your decimal points, you can get 18 by 7, right? You shift this one place that way, shift this one place that way to compensate, right? So 10 by 7 is 70, 8 by 7 is 56. That is 126. Oh God. Right, there we go again. 18. If the simple interest on 900 for 3 years was $108, what was the rate of interest? Okay. Yeah. I see Jassy come out strong. Jassy saying A already. All right, cool. Let me see. So check it. One way you could do it is with the kind of transposition way, working backwards, right? The other way you could do it is a different way, but I'll show you both. Okay, so simple interest. The simple interest is 108, eh? In that sentence, some people get a bit lost. They don't realize what they're telling them, right? So the simple interest is 108. On 900, which is the principal, we don't know the rate by 3 years, right? All over 100. Now check this. You can knock out the 100, the 0. Right, cool. 9 by 3 is 27, so 27R. And then we could divide by 27. Right? 3 into 27, or 9, you could do 9, that's 12 over 3, which is 4. So that'll be 4%. Right? All right, the other way is even longer now, so should I bother with it, boy? Right, no, the other way is to say, okay, look, if I earned 108 over 3 years, right? If I divide by 3, I'll get the amount I earn every year. And then I could put that over 900 and work out the percentage. So the zeros will cancel, and then 9 into 36 goes 4 times, right? So you get the same answer working a different way, right? So again, it's nice to have different tools in your arsenal, right? In case one way don't work. Right, we've seen number 19 many times. We know the answer is B. Let's just work it out in case anybody else not sure how to get that. At the end of any year, a car is worth 5% less than what it was worth at the beginning of the year. If a car is worth $9,500 in December, what was its value in January of the same year? Okay, so all of these answers are more than the $9,500, so they all possibly could be it, right? So check this. If it's 5% less, you're losing 5%, right? 19. Yes, Shazina, that's correct. Oh, Brianna too, right. 5% less means you've lost 5%. If you take 5% from a whole, what percentage is a whole? 100%, right? If you've lost 5%, that's going to give us what? 95%, right? Okay. So what we are saying is that the value at end is 95% of the value at start. So to find the value at start, we could take the 9500, and divide it by the 95%. Hold on one second. Printer. Something else. 1 second, sorry. You can work it out in the meantime. Right, sorry, and when we're dividing with fractions, the protocol again, you change divide to multiply and you invert the divisor. Right, now 95 into 9500 goes 100 times. And 100 by 100 is 10,000. You have 4 zeros in total. Right, so 19 is definitely B. Good job, people. Right, a man's regular pay is $3 per hour up to 40. We saw this previously, right? Yeah, overtime is twice the payment for regular time. Okay, no problem. Sounds good. If he was paid $216, how many hours of overtime did he work? Okay, so he was paid how much? $216 in total. Now his regular pay is $3 per hour up to 40 hours. So first of all, if you take 40 hours and multiply by $3 per hour, you'll get $120. Now, if your total pay was $216, out of which $120 is your regular pay, $96 is therefore overtime. Now, if your overtime rate is double or twice the regular, right, that's 2 by 3, which is 6, right? So to find the overtime hours, you could take your overtime pay and divide by the rate. 6 into 96 goes 16 times. So that's 16 hours. Oh my God. All right. So yes, that is correct. B is correct. Very good. All right. Okay, so that was the second page. So in class, people, are we okay with page 2? Do you have any questions? Anybody, anything? No? Okay. All right. So Haley, Christina, Mike, and Olivier, if you guys are good with that, just kindly give me a G in the chat, please, and thanks. All right, cool. You need me to rework anything in the drill, right? All right, lovely. All right, okay, online people, let me go. Okay, so that's 1/3 of the questions already done. Okay. All right, so 1 over 5x plus 2 over 3x. Okay, we saw this yesterday, didn't we? So when you're adding fractions, what do we need? A common what? Denominator. So I'll show you the trick I saw on TikTok that I liked. Is it TikTok or Instagram? One of them. Right, so check it. So we have 1 over 5x, right? Which is 5 by x, would you agree? And we're adding 2 over 3x, which is 3 by x, not so? Okay, so basically, if you look at this and you look at that, do they have anything in common? The x. And what is not common? 5 and the 3. So what you have to do to get the LCM is multiply by whatever is missing from that denominator that's in the other. So what is missing from here that is here? The 3. So you multiply by 3. And what is missing from here that is here? The 5. So you multiply by 5. Now, we're not done because whatever you multiply the denominator by, you have to multiply the numerator by the same thing. And same thing across here. It'll be 2 by 5. I think yesterday 2 by 3 or some madness I do, right? 21 is D. All right, let's take a look. Right, so let's simplify and see what we get there. Right? So 1 by 3 is 3. 5 by x by 3 is 15x. 2 by 5 is 10. 3 by x is 3x. Then by 5 is also 15x. Now that we have a common denominator, we could simply add the numerators together. And 3 plus 10 is indeed 13 over 15x. Okay, right, going down. 7 times the product of two numbers a and b may be written as. Sorry, let me see. Right. The product of two numbers a and b is simply a multiplied by b. And 7 times that is just 7 times that. Yeah, so there you go. King J. Good job, King J. Cool, that's 22. Moving on now, 23. Right, if what is the value of x squared plus 3y all over x by y? If x is 4 and y is 2. Okay, so let's substitute. We have 4 squared plus 3 then multiplied by 2 all over 4 multiplied by 2. So 4 squared is what? 4 by 4 is? Come to man, Philip. 4 by 4 is 16, 3 by 2 is 6, 4 by 2 is 8. So we're going to end up with 22 over 8. Hey, Sai, thanks for sharing it twice, appreciate it. And you could cancel that with 2's, right? 2 into 22 goes 11, 2 into 8 goes 4 times. And 4, right, so here we could convert this to 2 and 3/4. 2 and 3/4. Yes, Jassy, good job. Yes, Zina, you're Brianna, good job. All right, going on again. Oh, nothing else down there. All right, let's zoom out and then zoom in. All right, so take this. We're going to work this a couple different ways. One way is we're going to work it the basic distributive law expansion method, which is the simplest one. 5 by, oh, come on, man, Philip. Right, 5 by 2x will give us what? 10x. 5 by 1 will give us 5. And that's equal to 35. Right, so check it. We have that 10x minus 5 is equal to 35. So the first thing to do is to quote-unquote move the 5. What operation are we going to use? Addition, because we have to undo it, right? So when we add 5, we're going to get that 10x is equal to 40. All right? All right, cool. I've seen some answers coming through. Good job. I see somebody saying A, somebody saying D. Let me find out. I mean D. All right, cool. So if 10 by x is 40, to solve for x, you divide by 10 on both sides, right? And 40 divided by 10 is just 4. So your answer is D, that's correct. But check this, right? Let me just offer up a different perspective, right? If I told you 5 multiplied by something is 35, if you think about your 5 times tables, what is 5 multiplied by to get 35? 7. Therefore, 2x minus 1 is necessarily 7. Now, 2x minus something is, something minus 1 is 7. What number from which you minus 1 you get 7? 8. 8 is the only number that could fit there. So 8 is equal, 2x is equal to 8, my bad. Correct. And then 2 multiplied by something is 8. The only thing you multiply by 2 and get 8 is 4. Right? So again, you could think through it. Right? Some of these questions you could think through. Well, all of them you have to think through, but some could be, done using a different style. Again, doesn't matter which one you use. When you like, once you use the correct thing and you shade the correct letter, because I'm sure most of us here have said, "Hey, C is the answer." For some reason, you shade B or D or something. And like, why did I do that? Right. So just be careful, please. When in the exam, you might be rushing, you might have some nerves and then perfectly normal. Make sure you shade the right thing, please. You want all your hard work to go wrong because your brain just is out on you. Okay, John has X marbles. Max has twice. In case you come back. All right, good to have you. Right. Sorry, Max has twice as many marbles as John. Max gives John 5 of his marbles. How many marbles does John now have? Right, you blasted fast. Anyhow, so there we go. Right, this one, that one. B, I see no kind of good. All easy at all. All right, there we go. John has X. John has X marbles. Max has twice as many marbles as John, not so? So Max would have how many? 2x. Max gives John 5 of his marbles. So you're taking 5 from here given to John. So John now has 5 more than he started with. Max has 5 less, not so? Cool. How many marbles does John now have? X plus 5. Saji. Yeah, there you go. Okay, cool.
Chris, you could re-explain this one?
Right. So John has X marbles, right? 1 second, I'm going to get my pen. Right. Right. John has X, and Max has twice as many marbles as John, so that's 2X. But then Max gives John 5 of his marbles. So you're taking 5 from Max and you're giving it to John, right? So Max had 2X, and you're taking 5 from there and giving it to John. So John now has 5 more than he started with, right? Again, if the algebra itself given trouble, make up some numbers, right? What's an easy number? 10. Let's say John had 10, Max had 2 times, which is 20. And then if you're taking 5 from here and you're giving it to John now going to have 15, which is 10 plus 5. Right? And then just replace the number with the actual algebraic letter. Right? So X plus 5. Does that make
sense? Yeah.
Let me see. Cadets. Right. They also asked how much Max have. No, we saw that recently, yeah? We saw that they in the 2024 paper, they reverse real plenty things. So you have to read the question. You can't just rely on what you know from all the others that repeated. They are changing things. Right? But you can do it, right? You've practiced enough. By the end of tomorrow, we practice the next 2 papers. That have done enough to give yourself a good fighting chance. I can't say I could guarantee anything. Right? All right. If A is equal to 3, AB is 6, then A squared minus B squared is. Okay. If A is 3 and A multiplied by B is 6. Correct. So 3 by B had to be 6. So B had to be equal to 2. And then if you do 3, so A is 3. So 3 squared minus 2 squared. 3 squared is 9. 2 squared is 4. And 9 minus 4 is 5. Right. Well, if you wanted to be real fancy and unnecessary, you could use difference of 2 squares, right? A plus B, A minus B. Sorry. That's 5 multiplied by 1, which is 5. Right? But that's completely unnecessary there. So don't worry about it. Right, so 5 is the answer here. Sorry. Right, if A is this matrix, come on, man, Philip, give yourself. If A is this matrix, then the order of A, so the order of A is the number of rows by number of columns. So the rows go across, how many we have there? 3. So we have 2 options here with 3, right? And columns is going down, right? How many we have? 1, 2, 3, and 4. So that is clearly option C. Right, Jassy, Nikki, C, and Dan. Go Dan. Right, cool. 3 by 4. Right, Rihanna. John Ty, what are we going on? 9 to 4. 9 to 4. Oh, 9 minus 4. Sorry, is he working? Good again, working on things, but what? Well, they want marks on a YouTube chat, or they're easy at all. Or they want extra points, yes? I was like this, when you ask me if it's get marks, when you working in multiple choice. All right. Top boss 100, boy, what's going on? All right. In class, people, are we okay with 21 to 27? Any questions, anybody, anything? Okay. All right. Haley, Christina, Mikey, and Olivier, if you guys are good with that, just kind of give me a G in the chart.
Uncle Chris, can you just go back to 20?
20.
20, yeah. Okay, thanks.
Okay, you're good? All right, cool.
Yeah.
All right, cool. Top boss says this is the last lap. Yeah, boy. I hear you. Looks all right. It's all right. What's going on? Okay, we're going in. The determinant of the identity. Oh, you're a girl. Sorry, my apologies. Right, I want to get cancelled for misgendering nobody. The woke people will come for me. Anyhow. Right, so the determinant, this one choking in the front here, we're going on, you alright? Hey, you have an exam in 2 days or no? Okay, give yourself. Alright, so the determinant of the identity matrix is, okay, so what is the identity matrix, folks? We're talking about identity politics or self, yes? Okay. So 1, 0, 0, 1. So how do we find the determinant of a two? So we multiply the elements on the lead diagonal and we subtract the product of the elements on the secondary diagonal, right? Now, I just call them those things. I don't think those are the actual names, but I call them that. Let them fight, man. Right. And of course, 0 by 0 is just, so 1 by 1 is 1, 0 by 0 is 0, 1 minus 0 is 1, right? All right. Where's the number here? Things? No? No? Oh, okay. All right, cool. What are shading here now? All right. All right. Yes, A, Nikisi, right? Cool. Shazina, John Tai, Saji. Am I saying your name correctly? Right, and Brianna. What? I have a squad. All right. Yeah. Even if you even make a guess now, and just see if your guess come out right. Because again, in the exam, if you don't know, you had a guess. Because if you do put anything, you have a 0% chance of getting it right. Even if you're not sure, you have a 25% chance, which is better than 0. Mm-hmm. Sorry. Right. Okay. I'm on green. Right. If the vectors P and Q are 3, 2 and minus 1, 4, then P minus 2Q. All right. Are you ready, man? What? Hey, stop. Go back so. Shut. Right. That's what I want to do. Good. Right. So P. Right. So we have 3, 2. Minus 2 by minus 1, 4. All right. Cool. So minus 2 by minus 1 is plus 2. Minus 2 by 4 is minus 8. So we have 3 and 2 is 5. 2 minus is minus 6. Aiden, yes I am. That's correct, sir. All over the place right now. Right. I'm assuming Aiden is a he. Aiden. Right. Rihanna, Katie's, Jassy. Good. Very good. Shazina, Sadi, what? Usual squad. Right. Lovely. Right now we have TikTok versus YouTube, boy. All right. Lovely. Going again. All right. So we reach the halfway mark here. Item 30 refers to the following diagram of triangle OLM, in which R is the midpoint of OL. Hold on. Let me notate the things. R is the midpoint of OL. What does a midpoint do to our line segment? Because it's in half, so we have 2 halves. Jassy, finish your question. Jassy? All right. I'll explicate. Let me explicate the thing. Right. In which R is the midpoint of OL and T is the midpoint of OM. Okay, so we have things. Now, they're saying OR is A. OR is what fraction of OL again? Half, because R is the midpoint, right? Which means RL is also another half, which means that it is also A. Same thing down here. OT is B. T is the midpoint of OM, which means that OT and TM are two halves of the same line, which means this is also B. So now they want RM expressed in terms of A and B. Okay. So to go from R to M, we could go, hold on. So hold on. This is that way. Sorry, my arrowhead's not that good. Right, let me go. So R to M means you want to go from R to O and then O to M. Okay, right. So let's put that. So RM is equal to RO plus OM. But tell me something. Going from R to O, is that in the same direction as the vector or the opposite? Which means we have to do what to the vector? We have to invert it. Right? So we're going to invert. So RO is the inverse of OR. Autumn. So this one was rotum and this one is autumn. All right, cool. Autumn is like what? That's fall, just before winter. All right, cool. So minus OR is minus A. And then OM is B and B, which is how many B's? That's 2B. Or not 2B. That is the question. Right. And then you can do 2B minus A. You finish up with the yogurt? All right, you win? They remember you. Oh, pressure. All right. 29? Give me 1 second. I'll go back up to it, right? All right, let me see. 30 is A, Right. RO plus OM negative. Right. Cool. Good. What? Again, real notes and thing, boy. Well, you're good. Nah. Yeah. Because when remember, you're minusing 2 by the minus 1 and 4. So when you minus and minus, it becomes a plus. Yeah. Right. Okay, cool. All right, good. I don't understand number 30. Dan. All right. Hold on. So let me go one more time. One more time. All right, cool. Sorry. Right. Where was I? There was I. All right. Okay, R is the midpoint of that line. Being a midpoint means you cut the line into 2 equal halves. So OR and RL are 2 equal halves of the same line. Now the vector from O to R is A. And if OR and RL are 2 halves of the same line, it means they're also equal, which is the vector from R to L is also A. All right? Hey Lily, how you doing? Rihanna and Mohammed, what? From Brightening Town. All right, cool. Yeah, I agree. Right, now, same thing. T is the midpoint of OM, which means it broke up OM into 2 equal halves, OT and TM, which means that this section here is also B. So, as we have. Now, what they want us to do is to express RM in terms of A and B. All right? So, to go from R to M, you could go from R to L and L to M, but the thing is we do have a vector along LM. We could find it, but it would actually be more efficient just to go in the opposite direction. Go from R to O, and then from O to M. Or you could say R to O, O to T, and then T to M. Right? But the thing is, about RO, if you notice, RO is going backwards along OR. So going from O to R is, the vector is A. So to go backwards along, you have to invert the vector, which simply means changing the direction of the sign. Right? So the vector for RO is equal to minus A. Right, so when we come down here and we say RM is equal to RO plus OT, rho T, boy, okay, sorry, no, plus OM, right. ROOT, boy, that's rho T, anyhow, right. So RO, we said, is minus A. OT is B, and OM is also B. B plus B is 2B. And you could just rearrange that by doing 2B minus A. Right, so I hope that helps Dan. All right, cool. And anybody else who didn't understand the thing? Okay, boom, bang, bang. Anything below that? No. So we're going to the top page now. Whoops. Hey, come back here. Right. Given that 1 millimeter is 1/1000th meters. Okay. Hey, where are you going? Right. If I have 2500 millimeters, right, there we go. Right. So you have 2500, which is 2500 times 1. So you'll multiply that by 1000 as well. Well, sorry, multiply by 1 over 1000, which is the same as 2500 divided by 1000, which will shift your decimal point 3 spaces to the left, which means we have 2.5 meters. All right. 31 is B. I could agree with that. John Tai, Shazina. All right. How many kilograms are there in 1 ton? That's 1,000, right? Shay, we had double check that on Google. Yeah, it was 1,000, right? So that one is just something you had to kind of know. I don't ever remember being taught in tons ever or at all. So I don't even know on the syllabus, but it did. So yeah. Well, thankfully, to have Google. You can ask it things now, and chat GPT and these things.
My favorite thing is when someone tries to correct me on something and if I do that wrong. And then I'll just fight, I'll Google it in front of them and show them that I was right.
My wife hates that, especially if I write. Hey, okay. Yeah, happy. You're doing everything. Like, okay, cool. She doesn't like, right? No, okay, cool. I'll go home. All right. The area of, of a trapezium. Right. So these two sides here, SR and PQ are the two parallel sides in the trapezium, right? Let's call them A and B. This perpendicular distance we'll call D. The area of a trapezium is 1/2 of the sum of the parallel sides multiplied by the perpendicular distance between them. Okay, cool. So if we plug the values into the equation, A plus B, then multiplied by D. All right, so 8 plus 18 is 26. So we have 26 over 2, then multiplied by 5. That's 13 by 5, which is 65. Right. Right, so I see in B. All right, good. She's in and kids, kiddies, cadets, I don't know. Help me out now. I don't know how to pronounce your name. So I'm not tripping over my tongue. Please and thanks. Princess joined. All right. And then left. Okay. One more. No. Right. Sorry. I'm just trying to zoom out here so I could erase this thing on the outside. Right, good. No, it didn't erase. Indelible ink. Hey, at the party with the champagne boy, at the party. Oh, but they're working backwards. Because normally we have to find how many liters were served. Okay. At a party, a number of guests will serve 15 liters of champagne. Not each, because then that would be crazy. Right? Each guest had 2 glasses of champagne, and each glass held 150 milliliters. Assuming no spillage, how many guests were at the party? Okay, there we go. Okay, so check it, right? 15 liters, if you multiply by 1,000, you will get 15,000 milliliters, yeah? Right. Now, each glass held 150. So this is the total quantity, if you will, of champagne. Each glass held this much. So let's see how many glasses we could have filled, not so? So you could take it 15,000 and divide by 150. That will cancel with that one. So you have 100 glasses. And each guest had 2 glasses. So if you take 100 and divide by 2, we'll get how many? 50 people. So yeah, C is the correct answer here. Kids, not making the East. Okay, kids. All right, kids, like blades. All right. Cool. All right. Okay, right. Nobody gave anything to the 4 boy? What? Well, they was stumped out. That's what the was that joke with the lumberjack and the tree just cut down? What did the tree just say? No, what did the tree? How many tree? I'm stumped. Obviously, anyhow, but different story. I should remember like random pieces of jokes that don't make sense. Okay, in class, people, are we okay with the solutions on this page? Does anybody have any questions on any of them? You sure? No? All right, cool. Okay, Haley, Christina, Mike, and Olivier, if you guys good with that, give me a G chat, please, and thanks. If you need me to rework anything, let me know. All right. Saji, yes, Saji. 34 is C, very good. Saji like Saji core, I don't know. Yeah, question, sorry. Uh-huh. 32. Work it out. Not that yeah. I had to Google that the first time I see it. Yeah, there's no come back to it. Yeah, exactly. Like most people on sets. All right, cool. 35. I feel like we're falling behind in time. Anyhow, let's just keep working. We will finish when we finish. The perimeter of a square is 56 centimeters. What is this area? Okay, cool. So diagram, right? So a square is an equilateral, an equiangular, quadrilateral. So sides have the same length. So the perimeter, what is perimeter concept-wise? It's the total distance around the edge. If you were to add up all 4 equal things, you get 4 times whatever that is. 4s is 56. So to find the length of one side, we'd simply divide by 4. That will give an edge, a length of each edge of 14 centimeters, right? Jassy, yeah, Jassy is correct, yeah. Hold on, yeah. No, wait, what? Yeah. Right, now to find the area, that's equal to side by side or side squared, which is 14 squared. Right, now if you're not sure what 14 squared is 196, but I'll give you a little trick, right? if you're feeling lazy to do long multiplication, just go to the last digit. What's 4 by 4? 16. So it must end in a 6. Which of these here ends in a 6? What's it? The last one. Very good. So 196. That's correct. Okay. Right. Saji, 14 squared. Good job. All right. I see in Saji, I see in Shazina. Right. Nikisi, Jasi. Right. Lovely. We go in again. There we go. The circumference of a circle is 154 centimeters. Given that pi is 22 over 7, what is the diameter? Okay, lovely. It resembles something we got because we got the 154 on the pi, but I think they had actually radius. Or they actually area. 22 by 7, that's correct, yeah. Right, so check it, right? So the circumference of a circle is actually pi by diameter. So to find diameter, we could take circumference and divide by pi. So diameter is equal to 154 over 1 divided by 22 over 7, yeah? Now, when we're dividing with fractions, what's the protocol? Change, divide, to multiply, and invert the divisor. Right, so here, of course, it might be a little difficult to cancel off some stuff. 22 actually goes into 154 7 times, and 7 by 7 is 49. All right, 36. I see nobody. One person. Shazina, right? 36. Cool. All right, that's that item there. Hey, look the house come back, boy. 4.
It's stayed 4. I'm pretty sure it's one the last one, and I worked it out, and I got 4.
But in this wasn't this side 5 or something in the last one too?
Yeah, but I got back 4.
You get back 4? All right. So, all right, item 37 refers to the following diagram, which consists of a triangle resting on a square of side 7 centimeters. If the total area of the diagram is, so they reverse it before we have to find area. Now they give us the area. Total area is 63 square centimeters. What is the value of h, the height of the triangle? Okay, the total area is the sum of the separate areas, not so?
So that would be base by height plus b7 by 7.
Right.
So that would be 49.
Right.
And
So
then you would have 7
correct.
by height over 2.
Right. So the total area is 63. That's correct. Right.
So yeah.
So if you take 63 and you minus 49,
Yeah, that's
you get 14. So the area on top of here is 14 is equal to base, which is 7, by height all over 2.
So I multiplied it by
2 by,
7 and
right.
divided it.
14 by 2 is 28.
Other way around.
Yeah, I was like,
I'm
what?
working on it.
Okay, and then 28 over 7 will give us h, which is 4. So yeah, they give us the same value. Okay, they just switch up some of the figures. Okay, no problem. We could work with it. Build with love. Sorry, yeah. 37 is Bisha, Zina, Saji, right? Cool, lovely. All right. 36, sure. Right, so for 36, we have a circumference being 154, right? Hold on, give me 1 sec. Let's see if I could just, No. Right. So circumference is equal to pi by diameter. To find diameter, we could divide on both sides by pi, right? That would be equal to 154 divided by 22 over 7. And of course, when you're dividing with fractions, you change divide to multiply and invert the divisor. So here you're going to have to play around with some numbers if you don't know what that 22 could go into 54. You can try 11, right? 11 goes into 22 2 times. 11 into 15 is 1 remainder 4. And then 11 to 44 is 4. And then 2 into 14 goes 7 times, and 7 by 7 is 49. Okojo, what's going on? Oh, okay. No problem. It happens. Right. Okay, cool. So we're there. I'm seeing some B's coming through for 37. Right, lovely. Good job, everybody. Okay, 38 now. On leaving Trinidad, as of midnight tonight, right, the time on a pilot's watch was 2300 hours. That's 11 p.m., right? Or 11 o'clock, right? For those who speak that language. When he arrived at his destination in the same time zone on the next day, his watch showed 0300, just 3 in the morning. How many hours did the flight take? Right. So 11 to 12 to 1 to 2 to 3. 1, 2, 3. 4 horas. Right. Kojo, yes. Kids, yes. It's kids. Yes. No E. Right. No E. She said no E. Kids, no E. Scrolling down. Miss Clark arranged the 15 test scores of her students in order of size and
Wait,
selected.
first you could go back to that one.
Yeah?
Thanks.
Alright, cool.
Yeah, you can move on.
Alright, cool. Right, Miss Clark arranged the 15 test scores of her students in order of size, ascending order, and selected the 8th score for reporting purposes. Which of the following statistical measures did Miss Clark obtain? Right, so if you have 15 things, right, 15 test scores, and you take the 8th item, that's the median. Right, because what would happen there is, let me tell you, right, is that you would break up the distribution into 1 to 7, the 8th item, and then 9 to 14. 1 to 7 is 7 things, and 9 to 14, 9 to 15, sorry. And 9 to 15 is also 7. So the median breaks up the data set into 2 equal halves. All right? Casey, Jassy, right, good job. Jazina, Saji. All right, lovely. So Neola, when you're saying, Brianna, and I'm going to and John Ty. Okay. All right. So, in class, people, are we okay with this page here? Any questions? Anybody? Anything? Good? Sure? All right. Okay, Haley, Christina, Mikey, and Olivier, can you give me a quick G in the chart if you're good with thought? All right, good job. I feel like I palm my finger, but I don't know I did. Anyhow, why isn't there so many pages left? 1, 2, 3, 4. Well, you know, on 4 of those pages, you only have 2 questions. That's why. Well, on your last page, though, I put 4 questions.
The 2 questions, yeah.
Yeah, so just spread it out, like this one here. All right, items 40 to 41 refer to the following diagram, which shows the cumulative frequency curve. Sorry, 1 second, eh? What do you think?
This totally new cumulative frequency curve is totally never seen before.
Yeah. What do you think? Right, so it shows the cumulative frequency curve based on the marks of 200 students who took a driving test. Okay, so the median mark. So the median mark is the mark obtained by the person exactly halfway in the distribution. So how many people we have? 200. The halfway person is 100, the 100th person. If you go to your graph, we'll notice they're going up in 40s, but that's in 10 blocks. So by the 5th block mark, you'll get the 100. So what we do is you read across to the CF curve, and then you read down. Go down and you come back. All right, Nikisi. Okay, so on the x-axis now we have a different scale. That's, you have 10 blocks and 10 to account for. So this is 35 here, 36, 37, 38. So that's 37.5. All right, cool. Right, so Kojo and Jassy and Brianna were correct. 37.5. All right, Rihanna, come back. We're going on Rihanna. Right, lovely. Now, the highest mark scored in the test was, so the mark is on the horizontal axis, right? So that's 60. Yeah, I think it's 60. Sorry, 1 second. This thing with the arrows, give me a hard time. Right. So why that voice effect? I don't know, I just plain wireless. A different one? The live chat didn't appear in for the past 2 minutes, really? Okay. Right, what about this one? Right. Okay. In class, people, we okay with 40 and 41? No, not this one. Worse yet? All right, cool. What about this one? Even worse. Okay, pressure in the dance. All right. Wouldn't play no more. Back to Blue Voice. Sorry. Right. As you wish. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Good. All right. Google Meet. Let me drill. All right. Without. All right. No problem. Back to normal.
Chris, can
Yeah.
you show me what 39 was and explain it?
Yeah. 39.
Yeah.
Right. So Ms. Clark arranged the 15 test scores of her students in order of size, right?
Uh-huh.
And selected the 8th score for reporting purposes, right? So what I was saying is that that's the median, right?
Yeah,
You know it's the median
okay.
because if you take the
That's-
8th, oh, you're good.
Yeah, no, that's what I thought it was. I was just making sure.
Right. Right. 42 to 46 now. There we go. Saji. Oh, I didn't see the messages. Sorry. Okay, cool. All right. In a box, there are 8 red, 7 blue, and 6 green marbles. Evening, Candace. How you doing? One marble is picked up randomly. What is the probability that it is neither blue nor green? So they couldn't just ask, was the probability is red? Okay, how many red marbles do you have? 8. Out of how many in total? 8 and 7 is 15. 15 and 6 is 21. There you go. Option A. Cool. Yes, Brianna, good job. Thank you, Justin. Brianna, you come across from YouTube or what? No, that was the EA. You are I. All right, cool. Hey, look, it's no, it's not the English. All right, sorry.
But we got this one before.
Yeah, we did. Item 43 refers to the following pie chart, which shows the popular games played by 720 students. Sorry, hold on. How did we get A? Right, we took the total number of red. Oh, sorry, yeah. Yeah, because it asked us for neither green nor blue, right? Whoop, come on, man, Philip, behave yourself. Right, sorry, 1 second. I think given treble, right? Not base, just treble, right? Neither blue nor green. So if you have red, blue, and green, and then what neither blue nor green is 8, right? Out of a total of things. Brianna, this is May 2021. May 2021. Put on my screen. Right, sorry, where was I? Yeah, 8 out of 21. Right, pie chart. Now what are you asking for? How many students play cricket? Okay, so we have 90 degrees here. Hold on, Right. So there's 90 degrees here. That's 36. And then you have 30%. Now 30% out of 360 is how much you say? 108 degrees. Yeah, 108 degrees. So for cricket now, you have to add up all those different angles and subtract it from how much? From 360, very good. Oh, I just did it. All right, cool. Right, so 90 and 108 is 198. 198 plus 36 is 234. And then you're going to take 360 and minus 234, which is 126 degrees.
Yeah.
And then you're going to put 126 over 360 and multiply 720.
And then you just end up multiplying 126.
That's correct. 126 over 360 multiplied by 720. Right, and 360 that goes 2 times, and 126 by 2 is 252. That's correct.
Chris, could you explain it again?
Yeah, no problem. All right. So check it. We have a pie chart. So a pie chart breaks up a circle into different sectors, right? And each sector will give us the proportion of the whole that each of those sectors represents, right? That's not the best way. Anyway, look. So what we're saying is, okay, so for football, right? The angle in the sector is, oops, why do I have an eraser on? I don't know, right? Right, the angle here is 90 degrees, right? The angle here is 36. Now here they give us 30%, but we want the angle, right? So we found 30% to 360, which ended up being 108 degrees. So we're going to put that in here as well, right? So that is 108 degrees. Okay. Now they want how many students play cricket. So what we do to find that out, we need the angle in the sector, because that will tell us the fraction of the whole, right? So to find the angle there, we have to add up all the other angles and subtract from 360, right? So 90 and 1, so if we add 90 and we add 36, right, we're going to get 234. And we're going to subtract that from 360 to give us 126 across here. You with me so far?
Yeah.
All right, cool. Now, you're going to take that 126 and put it over the total angle in the circle. So you have 1...
With 360.
Correct. And then you're going to multiply that by the number of people. And the total the number of people is 720. And 360 could go into 720 exactly 2 times. And 126 by 2.
126 by 2 is 252.
There
Okay,
you
yeah.
go. All right.
All right, thanks.
All right, no problem. All right. So that's sure. Hey, thank you very much. Appreciate it. All right. Let's see if I'm good with maths too. All right, that's 43. 44 now. Item 44 refers to the following two-way table, which shows the mode of transportation to school on a particular day for a group of 200 students. Okay? So if you add up going down, you get total bus people. Add up going down, total taxi. Add up going down, total walk. Right? And then if you add going across, you get total male. Going across, total female. And then again, if you add across or you add down, you get total. Right. Now, a male student is picked at random from the group. What is the probability that he does not walk to school on that day? Okay. If he didn't walk, he either took a bus or he took a taxi. 30 plus 50 is equal to 80. And the probability will be 80 over 200, the total number of people. Not just the boys. And then when you cancel that down, the zeros will cancel. 4 goes into 8 2 times, and 4 into 20 goes 5. So 2/5 is the answer. Right. Right. So, okay, Jassy, no problem. And Nikki, right, cool. The tricks video too. All right, great. Glad to hear that. That was the old one from back in 2019, or was it a recent one? So that's what. 44. Oh no, okay, so Shazina, yeah, we were trying to figure out if it was over the 108 or the 200. And so I was speaking to a couple other teachers. So if it was like an odd maths question, they might have more gone with the 108, right? But because it's a maths question, we're going 200. But again, I don't think it's 100% clear. So I understand why I might want to put 44C. All right? Yeah. All right, I'll double check that one for you guys again, just to be sure. The old one, okay. Wait, boy, and it was still good? All right, I'm glad to hear that. That was my first couple of months on YouTube, boy. All right. But I'm glad you found it helpful, Shadesh. All right, so the point where a linear function or any function crosses the horizontal axis. Now, the horizontal axis, is that the x-axis or the y-axis? That's the x. So that would be what? The x what? Intercept. There you go. 45 is B. All right. Right, so we are 3/4 way through the paper. We have just about half an hour again to go. I think we're good. All right. Yes, kids. Good job. Sai. Hello, Sai. How are you doing? All right, cool. Right. So the equation of the line which passes through the point 0,5, and that's gradient 4. Right, so we could use our gradient intercept format. Y equal to mx plus c. Right, where m is the gradient. So y, so they tell us the gradient is 4. Right? And this here, when the x-coordinate is 0, it means that is the y-intercept, right? On the y-axis, the x-coordinate is always 0. So this is the y-intercept, which is c. So y is equal to 4x plus 5. Simple and straightforward. Getting through? All right, cool. Right, so I see Sadeshwa, Sadi, Shazina, very good. Right. Okay, cool. Right. By 07, okay. Kids, KC. 46D. Nah, not D. How look Jassy. You now see it? Okay, cool, no problem. Yeah, it mixed up the M and the C. Alright, no worries. It happens. Karen. Pass add maths, alright, no problem. Great. Okay. In class people, are we okay with the solutions on this page, 42 to 46? Any questions, anybody, anything? No? Alright. Okay, so Mikey, Haley, Christina, and Olivier, if you guys are good with that, just kindly give me a G in the chat. All right. If you have any questions, of course, please let me know. It's not a problem. All right, brilliant. Thank you. Okay, let's go. 2 more here. Which of the following graphs represents a linear function? Right. So check this. They changed the question because normally it was just a function, right? So if you use your horizontal line test, 3 of these things will be functions. The only one that's not a function is B. Because if you use your vertical line test, it'll cover the entire relation. A linear function. So that word linear, what are the first four letters there? Line. If you were to plot a
Line.
linear function, correct, you get a straight line. So there were only two straight lines here, not so? A and B. And we know it's not B. So the option has to be A. Right. Sorry, yeah. So option C is a quadratic. Option D is, hold on, it has 1 over x, but I feel it's minus 1 over x. No, that's a log. That's logs. Or E. It's one of them. Anyhow. Right. Hey, look your friend, boy. Sorry? Oh. Hey, y'all got through? Alright, cool. See y'all next week. Alright, later. Bye. Okay, item 48 refers to the graph of a quadrant. So the quadrant is the turning point. Look what they asked for this time. They asked for the turning point. What do you think? Right. The turning point is the max or minimum point on the graph. And if you read down to the x-axis, we get what? We get 2. And across to the y, we get 4. So 2, 4. Yeah. Okay, so that's 47 and 48. So I'm assuming we're good there. All right, so I see. Ooh, everybody got that one way. Faith. Hello, Faith. How you doing? And yeet, boy. Rachel Mangaroo. Thank you, Rachel. World hates Chris. Hard luck, boy, Chris. Pressure you down. Right. Oh, good. We went on this page, boy. This page a little different. My eyes just not that good. Anyhow, right. All right.
Oh yeah, just on 52, I couldn't read what it said on the top.
Okay.
So I was like,
Well, I'll take a look. All right. Let me see. A line L is parallel to that line there. When two lines are parallel, what do they have in common? They have the same what? Same gradient, right? Now, to extract the gradient from a linear function, either we have the function drawn and we could calculate, or 2 points, or we have to put it in the gradient intercept format, which is y equal to what? Y equal to mx plus c. I'm hearing somebody logging in and out. I'm hearing some stuff there. Right. All right. So if we have 3x minus 7y minus 9 equal to 0. To make y the subject, let's carry it to the right of the equation, right? Okay, so if we're subtracting 7y here, how do we quote-unquote carry it across? What operation do we use? We'll add 7y to both sides. Now, we want to make y the subject. What is still attached to the y? The coefficient of 7. By what operation? Multiplication. So to remove it, we have to use division. And of course, we'll divide each term by it. So here, if you put the y on this side, so y is equal to m by x plus c. So m is the coefficient of the x term, which is 3/7. Boom. All right. TikTok gone quiet. Boy, what's going on here? Boy? Nobody knew? All right. All right. Saji, divide by 7. Very good. Faith, right. Good. Saji, weekly. All right. Lovely. Going down now. 50. If g of x is 7x minus 3 over 5, then g of minus 6. G of minus 6. Oops. I forgot to go back to the smaller point. There you go. Right, so all we have to do is substitute 7 by minus 6, then minus 3 again, all over 5. 7 by minus 6 is minus 42. Minus 42 minus 40, sorry, right? All over 5. Minus 42 minus 3 is minus 45. Minus 4 over 5 is minus 9. Option E. All right, 50 is okay, guys. So in the last 10 here. All right, not bad. E, yes, that's correct. 50, Jassy, check the working again. 50, A, 50, Shazina, Saji, good job. All right, lovely. Item 51 refers to the following arrow diagram which shows a function f. Which of the following best describes the function? Right, we saw this in the previous paper, not so? Right, so if we look at how we increase, plus 3, plus 3, plus 3, sorry, not there, yeah. So 2 to 5, you gotta add 3. 5 to 8, you gotta add 3. 8 to 11, same thing. You gotta add 3. Right? So y is equal to x plus 3. That's E. Very good. the range of the function y f of x is x cubed, right? So yeah, so that's x cubed. Sorry about that. For this, okay, right. So in each case, we have to cube each of those numbers. So if the x value, we have -2, -1, 0, 1, and 2. And then the f of x, right? So when you cube something, you multiply 3 instances of it together. Looks tricky, right? Yeah, a little bit. -2 cubed is -2 by -2 by -2. So it's 3 negatives, so you're going to get a -8. -1 cubed is -1, 0 to any power is just 0. 1 to any power is just 1. 2 to the power 3 is 8. So yeah, so D is definitely the answer here. All right. Saji, Sajina, Sadeshwa, 52 is D. Very good. Kids.
Wait, Chris, you can go over that one again.
Which one? All right.
The same one, 52.
52?
Yeah, you could go over it again.
Right. So the function is y is equal to x cubed, right? So x cubed means you're raising something to the power 3. And these are the x values here. And what they want is they want the range, which is the set of y values, right? So what we're doing is we're going to plug each of these into the function one at a time, right? So for example, if we did -2, then raised to the power 3, that's -2 by -2 by -2. -2 by -2 is +4, but then you have to multiply -2 again, and that'll give us -8. Hence the -8 here. You with me so far?
No, yeah, I understand completely. No,
All right,
yeah.
cool. All right, so okay.
Thanks.
All right, Teresa, you said number 50? All right, cool. Right, so for this one, this is the function here, right? And you want to find g of -6. So all you're doing, if g of x is this, g of -6, you'll simply substitute -6 inside of here. So 7 by -6 is -42. -42 minus 3 is -45. And -45 divided by by 5, sorry, is -9. All right, cool, no problems. All right, lovely. Okay, right. Caitlin, you were saying something about this one here, 53.
No, I'm at 52 is looking at
The index. Sorry about that. Yeah. Okay. Right. At Princess E. Who's Princess? What was 51? Sorry, my bad. 51. 51 was y is equal to x plus 3. Sorry about that. Yeah, because if you add 3 to each of the x values, you get the corresponding y values onto which each x value is mapped. All right. So Princess, take a lemon, we're going on, right? If you're good. Cool. Right. 53. Item 53 refers to the following diagram of a transformation. Right. So this one is easy because it's a reflection. What transformation maps PQR onto P prime, Q prime, R prime? That's a reflection. Because if you put like a mirror line in between them like this, right? Like this is your face, right? And there's your face watching your back. And there's your ponytail to the back. Right, cool. It's a reflection. In which of the following polygons does the sum of the measures of the interior angles equal the sum of the measures of the exterior angles? Huh? Okay, hold on. I like this one. Because it's a geometry one. I like it. All right, so 54. D, all right. Yeah, you're correct. Okay. So if we take a quadrilateral, right? We have 4 90-degree angles. Yeah. And 4 by 90 is how much? That's 360. And as a rule, the exterior angles of any plane shape, anything is 360. Right? So it could be a triangle, it could be a square, it could be a pentagon, hexagon, all them. The sum of the exterior angles is always 360. All right, yeah, sorry, it didn't click right away, and I'm like, wait now, something didn't. Like, hold on, just now. And the 360 popped in my head for the exterior, like, what shape has 360 inside, boy? And it just, wow, yeah. Anyhow, yeah, I tired too, so that's happened. Okay, in class, people, are we okay with 49 to 54? Any questions? Yeah, go ahead. 51? All right. So they're looking to know, okay, what's the function here that maps each of the x values onto the corresponding y values? So if you look at the values, so to go from 2 to 5, you got to add 3, not so? Whoops, hold on. Sorry, my bad. Right. Yeah, so you have to add 3. To go from 5 to 8, you also have to add 3. Same thing from 8 to 11. Same thing from 11 to 14. So the function was y equal to x plus 3. Yeah? Okay, cool. All right, okay. So Mikey, Haley, Christine, and Olivier, if you are good with that, give me a Genie chat, please, and thanks. All right, lovely. Okay, sorry. I'm now seeing a couple of questions here. Some of these from yesterday. Yes, most of them repeated, to be honest. Right. Shazina, Faith, Siddiq, right. Saji, so what would a translation of look like? Okay, cool. Good question. A translation is a shift. So hold on. Let me go down here and I'll do it somewhere clear. Right. Come on, man, Philip, give yourself. Right. So if you had let's say a triangle here, and there was a translation, basically what would happen is you would simply shift it, right? Actually, I should do vectors, I know. Yeah, you could shift it. It might just be a slide. You could go straight down. But basically, the orientation, the general position, way it is arranged, it stays the same. It's like it's kind of like you pick it up and then move it somewhere. Long story short, you just add in 3. Right? Yeah, you could do that. Yeah, easily. That's correct. Yeah, Saji, I hope I help you out there with the translation. Right? It would have been in the same orientation. It wouldn't have been like angled or turned or anything like that. It would have been in the same orientation. All right. Okay. Cool. Right. Come out of here. Right, 55 and 50. So we're in the tail end here, ladies and gents. Right, item 55 refers to the following diagram of the straight line y equal to x. Let's get that in a color. Right. What is the image of that line if it is rotated anti-clockwise about O through an angle of 90 degrees? This is one, honestly, you just have to know, to be honest. All right? If you rotate it 90 degrees anti-clockwise, right, it'll come about here. And that, ladies and gents, is the line y equal to minus x. Right, so anti-clockwise, 90 degrees. Y equal to minus x, that's 55 is D. Right, so Deshwa, Shazina, good job. Kids, Nikisi, all right, lovely. You all know your stuff, man, good job. Hey, look at translation here, where, who does ask it? Somebody asked it. That was you? No, sadly. Well, somebody asked for a translation, all right? So, with a translation, all that happens is you shift horizontally and vertically, right? A prescribed number of units horizontally, right? Here they're asking us to find out, well, how many units do we shift? So if you compare the horizontal to horizontal, you have to add 2. And you could corroborate that by watching the other end, right? And then for the vertical now, right, hold on 1 second, sorry, right. We shifted 5 to 6, which is a +1, 7 to 8, which is a +1. So your horizontal shift is 2, your vertical shift is 1, so your vector would be 2, 1, literally, just here. So it just shifts horizontally and vertically. So I hope that helped. Okay, cool. Right. Sorry. Right, 57 now. Right angle in the triangle BAC is 30 degrees, AB is 40. The length BC in meters. In meters. There we go. You know, vegans can use meters. Sorry, it just occurred to me. What's the only kind of meat you could eat that will leave you with fresh breath? Mince. Mince. Mince meat. All right, cool. All right, cool. 3 more. Yeah, we're almost there. We're almost there. Yeah. There we go. All right. We want to find the pink side. There we go. Right. So relative to the angle 30, is that opposite, adjacent, or hypotenuse? Correct. This side 40 is opposite the right angle, which makes it the hypotenuse. Which trig ratio uses opposite and hypotenuse? Sine, cosine, or tangent? Sine. Sine of 30 is equal to BC opposite over 40 hypotenuse. So to solve for BC, we need to clear out the denominator. To do so, we simply multiply throughout the equation by said denominator. BC. Right. So that is option A. Very good. I saw somebody plugging it up there. Uh-huh. The 60? Right, because if it, hold on 1 second, Right. So it's a right angle triangle. You have a 30 and a 90, which means that this angle on top of here, 60. Yeah, the complementary angle. Okay. 57 kind of tricky. A little bit. Yeah, I don't know your trig ratios. All right, cool. All right, Keynes, good job. By 07, good job. Nikisi, good job. Right, lovely. Okay, 58 refers to the following diagram of an enlargement. All right, let me get some colors going here so we can see these things a bit more easily. Right, this one. Right, so yataks, yatiks, and yotoks. I'm going green. Okay, so we see in the green and pink. All right, cool. Right, so the pink is mapped on to the green by an enlargement. They want to know what's the scale factor of the enlargement. So the scale factor is, yeah, correct. How many times bigger the corresponding sides in the bigger shape are than the smaller. So if we look at the horizontal here, hold on, that's visible. That's not, sorry, I want a bigger one on that. Let's use orange. Right. So this horizontal and this horizontal correspond, right? This is 1 going across, this is 2. So that's clearly 2 times, right? To cross check, you could always check the vertical, which is 2 units here, and the corresponding vertical, which is 4, which is obviously 2 times 2. So yeah, the scale factor definitely is 2. All right, thank you, G, for sharing. Appreciate it. Yeatly, 58 is 2. Yeah, that's correct. You understanding? Saji, right? That was, oh, it was you, right. Thank you. Right. Wendy. Oh, Wendy, what's going on? A plane is flying in a direction of 045 degrees and changes course in a clockwise direction to 135 degrees. The angle through which the plane turns is 90. Right? If you were, hold on, If you were flying at 45 degrees and you turned and you went to 135 clockwise, right? So the whole angle here is 135, right? All you have to do is find the difference. 135 minus 45 is 90. Right. This one was yesterday. Yeah, Italy. That's what they finish with, boy? Well, I guess they figure all they're tired by now, so yeah, give all a break. In a triangle, PQR, angle P is X, angle Q is 2X. What's the size of angle R, right? What's the sum of all the angles in a triangle? 180 degrees. And if they give us 2 angles out of the 3, we simply add those together and subtract from the 180 degrees, which means D. And D also means we are done. All right, folks. Before we wrap up, before we jump off on thing, right? So, in class, people, we okay with the last 3 pages, 55, 56, 57, 58, 59, 60. Any questions? Anybody? Anything? 41? Highest mark was 60. Because it was the maximum value on the x-axis, and the curve, if you read down from the highest point on the curve, it will correspond to it. All right, Google Meet. So Mikey, Olivier, Christina, you just give me a quick chat if you're good with those items there. If you need me to react.
Chris, I can see.
Which one?
I can see 59 and 60.
Yeah, no problem.
Thanks.
Right. Okay, guys. So tomorrow you all have English at what time? Okay, right.
9 o'clock.
Okay, right. Yeah. So okay, we'll maintain Y'all wanna start earlier or y'all wanna keep the 4 o'clock? Y'all wanna come for 1 instead? Like 1 to 3 and then half 3 to half 5 and then call it George? You wanna say for all? Right. Yeah. Uh-huh. Okay. All right. Well, here, what? In the chat, I'll send a poll in the chat. So if you can finish earlier, then I think that might be good, right? I had to see because there was something else I told myself I was doing tomorrow 1 o'clock. So let me see. I'll put it in the chat. If I got a comment, I will. All right. Okay. All right. So Google Meet, I'll go on there. All right. I'll see you all tomorrow.
Bye.
Yeah. All right. Cool. Yeah. All right. Yeah. So YouTube, my YouTube people and my TikTok people. Yeah, I will. Yeah, on tomorrow. The plan was 4 to 6 and half, 6 to half 8. I'll see if we're doing that or if we're doing 1 to 3 and then half 3 to half 5. All right, but for now we're going. Thanks, Uncle Chris. Yes, someone. Uncle Chris. Uh-huh. I'll fix that. Uh-huh.
I have your plates.
Okay, I'll do that.